Welcome back to New Rockstars. I'm Jessica Clemons, and The Boys Season 4 officially drops Thursday, June 13th, 2024, and we're all excited for it, but I don't think anyone's as enthusiastic as The Boys promotional team who has been dropping major hints to Season 4 and so much more fun, exciting promotional materials that I just can't get enough of. 3 months ago, The Boys Season 4 trailer dropped, and since then, they've been releasing little nuggets of insanity. So as we prepare for June, let's just take a look at what Victoria Newman and Homelander are up to, especially after releasing this weird Singer Newman voter website. I guess let's just say this is like what we know about Season 4, but also just an update currently because so much stuff just dropped. Be sure to check out nerdriot.shop for the latest and greatest in New Rockstars merch. We've got stuff celebrating all sorts of different fandoms over there, including our Multiverse Tour shirt featuring the Merc with the mouth. Grabbing some of the merch at nerdriot.shop is the best way to support the channel and all the work that we do here at New Rockstars. So let's get into it now. So what we know after Season 4 teaser trailer is that Homelander is now standing trial. Butcher has 6 months to live and knows about the virus that was being made at Georden University. Newman and Singer are now currently running for president and VP and endorsed by Homelander and Vought. We're introducing Sister Sage and Firecracker, who according to The Boys Twitter is credited as the most dangerous soups you'll ever meet, and somehow Noir has returned. Now Homelander is standing trial here for killing that protester in the finale of Season 3, and during Gen V, a student inquired whether or not he'd be held accountable for that display, and Victoria Newman said,
"And Homelander should stand trial just like anybody else, and a jury of his peers will decide that outcome."
So since he endorses Newman, I assume he'll publicly stand trial for his actions, making him look more like a good hero and as a law-abiding citizen, which we see suggested snippets of in this trailer. There's also a possibility that when she says peers, we think it's gonna be humans, but it's actually just gonna be soups, and more reason to let him off. Lastly, a few other updates we got over time include Firecracker has a playable skin in Call of Duty. Yes, it seems fun, but it also feeds into the Boys' world building and media influence that might play into the TV show. And Homelander, I think, is actually getting a skin in Mortal Kombat 1, and it's coming in spring of 2024, so that's more media coverage around June. Homelander has shoes, the Homelander high tops, which will probably be featured on the show. The post tells us the trial may begin on June 13th, so the premiere episode may include his indictment. The shoes and the trial overall are just satirical approaches to Donald Trump, who has sneakers he's selling right now, and they're god-awful looking sneakers. A-Train is still being forced to endorse problematic and stereotypical black products, like his own brand of smooth cigarettes on Valentine's Day. Butcher dying in 6 months is actually pretty harsh, but we learned in Season 3 that V24, or Temp V, is basically a direct, sure way to die. The doctor gave Butcher 8 to 12 months to live, and now the show is giving him 6. To get that 8 to 12 month diagnosis, Butcher had to take a couple of doses of Temp V. So in Season 4, if he takes the same amount he took in Season 3, I suspect his window of life will basically be non-existent. But maybe he'll use it sparingly, knowing it's speeding that clock of death faster with every dosage he uses. We also assume he's heard about the virus through Mallory when she learned about it from Dean Shetty, though it's never confirmed she was actually on the phone with Butcher after that incident anyways. In retrospect, it makes more sense for Mallory to be on the phone with a more, sane member of the Boys, maybe even a new character and possible colleague Joe Kiesler, played by Jeffrey Dean Morgan perhaps. Regardless, Butcher, who is hell-bent on killing Homelander, knows of that virus and knows what it can do, and he presumably learned it from Mallory. In addition, Newman, who killed the scientist for the information on the soup-killing virus, also has access to it, which conjures more conflicting factors. Will she destroy it to save her daughter, whom she claims she's doing all of this for? Will she use it to betray Homelander at the right moment? We don't exactly know, but we do know that that virus is contagious, though not airborne. So as long as Newman, or whoever has access to it, keeps whomever is affected away from other soups, and we're good to go. Though, knowing the Boys, that ain't gonna happen. They're gonna spread that virus out of here. One of the biggest overarching time bombs of Season 4 is Victoria Newman, the hidden soup, becoming our vice president. And a couple days ago, they released this Singer and Newman countdown to election night website, which is absolutely fitting during our current presidential primary voting going on right now. It's literally Super Tuesday when they dropped this. It even looks like Biden and Nikki Haley's website. Honestly, any person running for president's website. This isn't the first time the Boys have gone so meta or stuck close to reality with the promotional material, because it works as conflict or a different perspective of the character, or helps build that character's climax in the universe. And for us, it's entertainment and entices us to learn more about their hidden lore in that series and the world building. Like when they released A-Train's Turbo Rush drink video ad, then the drink created conflict for the character on the show. The absolute best way to start your day is to wake up knowing that you got the best sleep possible. That used to be a real rare thing for me. I used to have such a hard time winding down at the end of the day. I just couldn't shut my brain off no matter what I tried, but since I started using Beam Dream, I wake up feeling like I'm really nailing this whole sleeping thing, and trust me, I was having a hard time. Dream helps me fall asleep faster, and I wake up feeling more alert and better rested. It's a super tasty nighttime lime cocoa available with or without CBD. Dream comes in a variety of truly delicious flavors like cinnamon cocoa, chocolate, peanut butter, and sea salt caramel, just to name a few. I switch it up every now and then, but sea salt caramel has been like my favorite for the last few weeks. Dream is gluten-free, non-GMO, keto-friendly, vegan, and just so good. One serving of Dream has no added sugars, is only 15 calories, and depending on what version you get, also contains ingredients such as melatonin, magnesium, and reishi extract to help you fall asleep and get the most restful sleep possible. I love that Dream has high-quality sleep ingredients that leave me with zero grogginess the next day. In the clinical study, 93% of participants reported Dream helped them get a better night's sleep and woke up feeling more refreshed. Beam's Dream is clinically shown to improve sleep. Click the link below or scan the QR code and use code Rockstars to get up to 35% off. The website has a countdown to election night, doubling as the premiere countdown for the show. From a tweet back in August of 2022, Eric Kripke mentioned the premiere episode is titled Department of Dirty Tricks, which I assume is a nod to Richard Nixon in the book covering his '68 election, Dirty Tricks. That covers how news outlets and the key figures in the Republican Party secured him a seat at the White House. We see the same thing being done here with Victoria Newman securing the key pro-soup supporter Homelander, key political figure Robert Singer, and bot news for media coverage. On the website though, if you click register to vote, you'll be redirected to a third-party I Am Voter site to register, which I thought was a really great grounded touch to the show and reality. But then it actually leads you to an actual registration website, and of course it does, because it's the boys. This is a nonpartisan organization encouraging civic engagement. Their website has a countdown to our general election, which is in 240 something days. Now, if you click on the election coverage, it takes you to the Amazon Prime page for the boys, and how fitting, it's a spray painted Homelander with red beams slicing people in half, just like he's known to do. When you scroll down, the website gives you frequently used phrases politicians use to coin their campaign, like theirs right here says, "Let's get to work," but I think now it's "Make America Super Again." It also has its mission of bridging the divide between supes and humans. This is important to the campaign and series as a whole because we learn in Gen V, folks don't really like Victoria Newman, mainly supes and anyone who supports supes, since she's the head of the FBSA, the Federal Bureau of Superhuman Affairs, which basically stops supes and holds them accountable for their actions. So she's seen as the anti-supe campaign, and bridging that divide is their mission and her front. You even get to meet the candidates on the website, citing Bob Singer was a soldier in Vietnam and now the Secretary of Defense, lives in South Dakota, he goes by Dakota Bob. His running mate Victoria Newman has reduced the superhuman related collateral damage as head of the FBSA, like I mentioned earlier, and showcases their greatest new teammate, Homelander. This website closes with a great new video summarizing Singer and Newman backed by Vought and Homelander, and if you haven't watched that video, she uses phrases like mind-blowing a lot, which, she's one to do. The video also covers how Stormfront blew up everyone's head in the meeting that she actually did. She also said that once elected, they're creating a new position designed to give the superhuman community a seat at the table. And I would have looked at that statement as a metaphor if she didn't mention creating a new position. So what new position is she making and who does it go to? I could see her revealing herself to be that soup at the table that she claims to create a position for, or I could see her creating some sort of ambassador position or someone who on paper is a soup for the people, but in reality, just working and supporting Victoria Newman regardless of their values. The importance of that video though is very significant because not only does it have them publicly share who endorses them, but also 3 weeks before on Super Bowl day, they released a very patriotic video, almost offensively patriotic, no, absolutely offensively patriotic, a love letter to America, showing how Vought, though international, was American first. God, the satirical approach to our divided nation and how we function is so easily captured in the boys that it's almost insulting, but I just can't stop watching it. Along with the website being published and that video, Vought International on Twitter has focused much media attention on its growing campaign and bridging between Singer and Newman and them and Homelander. What's important here is, yes, media attention can sway opinions, another satirical approach to real life situations that the show loves tackling, but Vought acts as the heart of public influence in the show and will share how Sam and Kate are the guardians of Georden, saving their classmates from Marie, Emma, Andre, and Georden, which we saw not actually happen. We saw how the town hall went at Georden University that day, the fight that broke out amongst the students over the conflicting divide of human lives and super lives, though Vought on Twitter shared and molded their own little takeaway from Victoria Newman's speech that day that superhuman community should have a seat at the table. They've been ushering and molding the public foresight in the show using their own media outlets, so whatever they mention on Twitter to us highlights the significant conflict that will arise for the characters and Vought's business strategy on the show, which right now is solely wrapped around Victoria Newman and Homelander. The boys and Eric Kripke have both mentioned how dangerous Sage and Firecracker are, and here's why. Their importance and influence fall on Vought and how they additionally lift Homelander and Victoria Newman's campaign. Because remember, Vought is bad. The boys are good. Well, they're trying to be good. They're trying to be better, but the Vought is absolutely bad. So we saw in season 4's teaser trailer that Sage basically assured Homelander that if he stands by and lets the public duel it out, then Homelander can slip in as a hero at the end and save the day. What makes these new soups so dangerous is on paper, they make the Seven look more diverse and progressive, but like every single person on this show, they have their their own motives and agenda. Sage is telling Homelander what he wants to hear. Homelander is easily manipulated by his addiction to attention and wanting to be loved. People like Firecracker, displayed as the truth bomb in the trailer. Eric mentioned in his breakdown of the teaser trailer she hosts a show called The Truth Bomb. So they're already suggesting she's playing into this like Coleman and Vought problematic rhetoric. So these two characters using their voices, influence, and powers are super dangerous for the show. Lastly, focusing on Black Noir's return out of seemingly nowhere, there are no new big updates, but we do know that Kripke mentioned Nathan Mitchell will be playing Black Noir II, or Black Noir 2, whichever one you like to say. That's the man who's normally under the mask, but when he was maskless in the show, it was Fritzy Clemons Destin. Many fans want that like comic book Black Noir to be a clone of Homelander reveal, but with what we know from Kripke and being recast as Nathan Mitchell, that means if they take off that hood, we'll be seeing like Nathan Mitchell, not Homelander. And essentially, I think it'll be a superhero who doesn't speak, or honestly, an average human being. Kripke said the new character is interesting and hilarious who wears the suit next season, which made me think, okay, who's interesting and hilarious enough to be in this and make that suit work? Oh, what if Vought, under high pressure right now, instead of addressing, Black Noir being dead, just put a regular old guy into that suit, and when shit hits the fan, he has to run away because he can't actually do anything. I think that's the most like hilarious, interesting thing we could do to Nathan Mitchell in this show. Regardless, you can let me know what you think Black Noir is. He could be a Homelander clone, he could be a zombie. I just think if they're gonna make it hilarious and interesting, it might as well just be someone they force in that suit to be quiet until they find an actual superhero to replace him. And through Eric Kripke's Twitter account, he's revealed the first and last episode of season 4's titles, but episodes 2 through 7, I had to look to IMDb and the boys wiki to find out. The episode 1 is Department of Dirty Tricks, like I said. 2, Life Among the Septics. 3, will Keep the Flag Flying. Wisdom of Ages, Beware of the Jabberwock, My Son. Dirty Business, The Insider, and Assassination Run. I assume with the last episode being titled Assassination Run is probably the episode in which they plan on killing Homelander. Or maybe someone kills Victoria Newman. I'm sure it's just gonna be a political figure though. And Kripke tweeted they were putting the finishing touches on the last 2 episodes, so A-Train is alive and well by episode 6. Well, I guess. Or maybe that's a clone. And it's probably A-Train. And while no new updates have been made on Ryan, the 4 Akadolkin University, the Deep being a freak, and some newer heroes like Webweaver and Splinter, we're still waiting on a full-on trailer to give us more information as to what we can really expect and just exactly what part of the body that hair in a jar came from, because I swear to God, if it came below the belt, I'm gonna still watch the show because I love this show. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Lulu_Clemons. Subscribe to all our channels in the new Rockstars network for all the deep analysis you can't get enough of, and I'll see you guys later.